Welcome back to Eastern Stadium for another beautiful afternoon of soccer with the Lansing Common Football Club, myself and Marshall Acosta. Without any extended metaphors about the vibes and what they mean, Marshall, nothing really to gain here except pride for Lansing Common. They've got a rare opportunity here to wreck somebody else's season, as 1927 is number 2 in the standings, trying to chase Northern Indiana, but it's been a season where really Lansing Common has fallen short of expectations, fallen short of history, and hoping to salvage something this afternoon, huh?
Yeah, you know, Josh, and it's games like these that sometimes free a team up and can allow them to kind of free up and play a little bit looser now that they know that they aren't playing for a championship or whatnot. So just looking to see these guys come out with some passion today. I think we've been missing that a little bit within the last couple of weeks. We know the skill set's there, but just seeing these guys come out there and showing some passion, showing some heart, going out there and playing 90 minutes of Lansing Common soccer. That's all I'm looking for today.
I would only amend that to say 90 minutes of passion. There's been a lot of passion on the pitch these last few weeks. It's just been the consistency of that's been a little wanting. That showed up in a lot of fight last week in the very middle of the game. It showed up in, unfortunately, a red card for Seth Russ last week, which resulted in a multi-game suspension for him. He will not be back. He is not in the starting lineup today. Once again, some turnover in the squad this afternoon. A little bit of new, a little bit of old, as the 4-3-3 is back. Some brand new faces, including Ben Novello at left back, which is a result of Swati going up to left wing. Noe Macias out of Lansing, a bright spot from last week, really proved himself as a brand new entrant into the squad, earned a starting spot in the 11. Earned a starting spot, by the way, over some stalwarts who are starting on the bench this afternoon, including Munir Shirali, Daniel Silva, Sammy Contreras, and Sammy Omar, making his return to the squad after a rough injury a few weeks ago. So a lot of unknowns, a lot of knowns. Vibes aren't great, but it's a beautiful day in Lansing for some soccer.
It sure is.
A conversation happening on both sides. A couple weeks ago, this team went down to Fort Wayne, was not able to salvage a result, but it was a little bit of again, as I've hinted to today and in previous weeks, a squad that was not certainly at full strength. And so what we know is this is among the better rosters that this side has trotted out this year for any game. What we know is that they've spent more time in the huddle, right, than we've seen recently. And what we know is that 1927 is always going to bring a strong fight. We've seen them here at Eastern Stadium more than most teams that joined the league in 2023. And the reason for that being that they made an extra trip to Lansing last year as they played in the Great Lakes Championship game. It looks like that's going to be a little bit outside their grasp as Northern Indiana is ripping through the season without a draw or a loss to their name. But if 1927 wants to have anything to say about that, they're going to have to start that with a win this afternoon. So Lansing Common hoping to spoil their fourth trip to Lansing. How about some trivia, Marshall? This 1927 squad was the very first team to ever make a trip to Eastern Stadium for a friendly back in 2021. A few more players on their squad today than that day when they brought only 9.
As it looks like we're settling in here. Just waiting for the ref to blow the whistle.
6 guys up on that midway line for Lansing Common as they're looking to start off with a run. As the kickoff is going to go back to Jack Heald, and he's going to look to find a head or a chest or a foot on the other end as the Fort Wayne fans are filtering in. Here we go. We're off. Jack Heald looks. He goes long to Swati, who controls it. Swati with the early switch to Max Crawford. Back to Kevin Payne. Center back's passing it back and forth, and KP is going to look to find a target. Again, finds Swati. Ben Novello earning his first cap. He's a defender out of East Lansing. Looks like he attends Rhodes College, which, if I'm telling the truth, sounds like a made-up school. Never heard a single thing about Rhodes College.
I have never.
I know is probably a little bit of a surprise.
As the Robins are on the attack here.
Jack Voigt seemed to catch some defenders by surprise, which is a little bit of a surprise for me, but unable to get past the keeper, although he did earn a corner there. Brett Swatton lining up over this one. And Max Crawford coming way back.
As his ball is played in.
KP almost had his first goal of the year. Swatty back on the ball, just chips it back in. Oh. KP tried to get ahead on it, a little too tall. Jack Voigt pressing as 1927's trying to play out of the back. Fort Wayne got some an homage to 2023 as they pulled their old 2023 kits out of storage with the Mad Apple Fitness sponsor on the front, which I appreciate. I don't know what Taurus is other than an older model of a Ford, but I was a little disappointed. We went down to Fort Wayne earlier this year, and their main sponsor was Taurus, which again, completely inscrutable. I have no clue what that is. I know what Mad Apple Fitness is. That is not only incredibly local, that is just all the way around. It got some local character. You could tell what the business is. It's a phenomenal logo. Fits in really well with their brand. Sporting that Mad Apple Fitness once again on the front of their shirts today.
You always love a good sponsorship that'll just
That's right.
print well on a jersey.
Print well on a jersey together. And also just like really something that's authentic to the brand. It's not something we see a lot of in American soccer or frankly in international club soccer much anymore. But it's with Ozone's Brew House, something that we've taken very seriously. The only time that you're not going to see Ozone's on the front of our shirts is when we do a charity kit. And so very Lansing Common. Will Barry making his return to both the squad and the 11. Negotiates around a pressing defender. And Lansing Common unfortunately turns it over. Will Barry had himself a little bit of a hand injury. Not that serious enough to keep him out for a few weeks, but he is back as Sean O'Mara is on a little bit of a family vacation. Not uncommon this time of year. Excellent turn by Jack Heald. Over to Max. Max finds himself some space, pushes it over to Ben Novello. Novello finds Avery with some space. Avery back to Ben. Ben with a little bit of a cheap turnover. Earns it back. Over to Jack Voigt, who does a little bit of work to get the ball. And Jack Heald says, enough of that. Back to the keeper.
That ball was just a little bit out of reach.
Yeah, I think that was, the rare midfield clearance. But right to do that, certainly earning a little bit of danger with all the messing around there in the middle of the park.
As 1927 looks to push the ball up a little bit, taking advantage of the space being given. As they'll look to switch.
Nice press by Avery, and he really earned that turnover with the bad ball, although Novello gives it right back. AR was indecisive both ways, and the ball's going to go to Lansing. Noe Macias searching for Jack Voigt, who's pressing. Swatty on it as well, and he's going to force a negative ball back to the keeper.
As Ben will hit that. Swatty will come in.
the entire team calling for handball, and the head referee says no.
As the keeper is way out for 1927. Just he just wants to get involved in the passing game, it looks like, as KP will kick this back to Will.
Brent Sorg urges his team to go forward. They do, and then quickly turn it over. Jack Voigt forcing a pass back to the keeper. Goes right back into the space he just vacated.
As 1927 will look to play a ball up. This keeper comes out. Sends that away, and Jack Heald will look to take over possession. Ben will look at to play to Swati as that ball just seemed to get it just out of bounds.
Will Berry, folks, not somebody whose name you've heard a lot if you've exclusively watched game broadcasts or even tracked starting lineups, but more on that later as Fort Wayne is off to the races. Will Berry, as comes up and makes the save on the offside run, is somebody who is very familiar with and very comfortable with a lot of this 11 for Lansing Common. Just a training stalwart who earned this start very much, not just because Omer is unavailable, but has certainly earned it through all the work that he's put in on the practice pitch for the last few years, and certainly would have made an appearance earlier in the 11 for Lansing Common if it hadn't been for that unfortunate hand injury earlier this year.
And that's what you love to see, guys that are just working hard at practice that eventually go on to earn themselves a starting spot, and taking advantage of that is really important, as we've seen here today.
He's also extremely tall.
He is tall.
And he is rather young. He's going to the University of Dayton. I believe he just completed his freshman year, and so he started on the squad here last year as having just finished his senior year at Hazlitt. So he's physically very gifted. Hopefully, going to stick around for a long time, and has been somebody who's been not just consistent in the practice squad this year, but before this year as well. So,
as that ball will soar out of bounds.
Really rough cross attempt by 1927.
As the Robins will look to throw in here. As that ball will soar out for a goal kick for 1927.
Will Berry also made a preseason appearance on the Coffee Firm podcast, where he really impressed me as well as other fans of the club and the podcast. Regular listeners to the Coffee Firm podcast will be pleased to know that Ken and Jeff will be joining our stream in the second half of this game. Excellent work by Will Berry, coming up to snuff out that odd man rush.
That's great work coming out to stop that attack there, as the Robins will look to move upfield. Just looked like a missed touch there, and 1927 is looking to attack. That'll be a throw-in for the Robins as they look to move quick.
Jack Voigt sees the opportunity to earn the corner and does. Goes to Swati down in the corner. We are now working with a full complement of ball kids, it looks like.
As this ball's played in.
Ooh, KP just barely beaten to the ball by Max Crawford. Really nice ball. KP just unable to get it under the bar.
It's good to see the Robins getting these looks early, though. As 1927 will play the ball from out back.
I gotta think that KP was maybe even a little bit surprised by how good that ball was from 35 yards upfield, because he was not quite ready for it, but if he drives that into the turf and in the direction of the goal, that's in the back of the net.
As 1927 looks to move here. We'll switch ball to the left side of the field. This ball will be played out wide. As the Robins will get set defensively as this ball's played in. Great job by Jack Heald playing that ball out. As it'll be a throw in for 1927.
Josh Maderi found himself some space there on the left side for Novello to make that throw. Nice little 1-2, out of bounds for another throw-in.
Avery would play this ball back over to KP. So he'll track that one down.
Looks like Maderi and Swati have actually switched sides. Max Crawford's going to find a knee and earn a throw. Just to Swati, Jack Foyt with a little bit of space. Back to Avery Dresky, back to KP. We start over. KP finds Derby. Derby's got Ben Novello to his left, sees him. A little bit of a lazy ball, and now Ben Derby's found himself in a 2-on-1. Really nice defensive recovery by Noe Macias.
As it'll be a corner kick for Fort Wayne. As the Robins will look to get set defensively here.
It's been a historical area of strength for Lansing Common, but not in 2024. So we'll see what 1927 tries to do here and what they leave open in the box, as you see the three guys inside the 6 trying to defend, in addition to Will Berry. KP coming out.
Great job by KP.
And swing and a miss leaves it open for Brett Swatton, who cannot quite find Jack Foyt's run.
Swing and a miss indeed there.
Sometimes you just got to take a touch.
As Fort Wayne will boot it upfield.
Really nice fight by Novello there. Earns a negative pass.
Good step by Madiri there, just wasn't able to contain it. As Fort Wayne is moving in space, as that ball will go off the ref. But it looks like we have a free kick here.
No, no free kick. He's just restarting.
Oh, excuse me.
He deflected the ball back to Lansing, so trying to give 1927 a fair shot at it. If you asked me if Lansing Common had been successful on defense today, I would say it depends on what the coaches are trying to accomplish. I think there's been a lot of disruption, which I think when you're playing in a squad that is probably a little bit better than you, if you go by the results on the field, that's the right move. If they are trying to turn them over, that's not been happening as much. But a lot of disruption, a lot of swarming defensively for Lansing, and a lot of when mistakes are there, they're covered up fairly quickly. And so the defensive performance has been sound from a side that has the talent on the field defensively, but just has been inconsistent this year. And so,
yeah, and we saw what can happen very quickly if that defense is not consistent. Judging by last week's result that we won't talk about. As the Robins are putting pressure on Fort Wayne, but they escape it as they'll look to play in space, but pretty lazy ball there. Will be cut off by Ben. As Jack Voigt was looking to apply some pressure there.
$19.27 just really content to sit on the ball and possess. I don't think their coaching staff is, as the little bit of coaching that I've heard has encouraged them to pick up the tempo. Tempo is a word I've heard again and again. But the players, at least, seem perfectly happy to sit back on the ball in possession.
As that ball will be batted up to Will Berry. So roll it out to Max Crawford. Crawford looking for some space. Will play a ball up to a surging Jack Voigt. That'll be just out of reach for him. As Fort Wayne will look to move here.
Okay, Ben Novello, I see you.
Showing off the footwork there a little bit.
My guy wants to go on, wants to be on SportsCenter.
Did not seem phased that there was a player right on him. As he'll look to find someone.
He sees Jack Voigt, who was expecting his defender to miss that. Avery's on it. Avery finds Jack Heald. Max Crawford calling for the big
Calling
switch.
for the switch. That's just a mistouch there by Avery.
Wonderful tackle by Jack Heald. Earns the quick yellow.
Yellow card shown to Lansing Common number 6, Jack Heald.
No trainer yet, as 1927 is sizing up their options for this free kick. And 15 is back on his feet.
Looks like he'll be able to walk it off. As they switch field over to the left side. They'll play a ball up. It'll be crossed to the middle, but KP's right there to bat it out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for Fort Wayne.
Really good work by Josh Madiri to get it out of there. Over to Avery, over to Swati. Sees the run of Madiri. Just took the wrong path around the defender there.
Looked like he tried to overlap his man there, just wasn't able to get to it. As we have a player down. For Fort Wayne.
Brett Swatton offers to stretch him out a little bit as he is back on his feet, and it's a race between him and the trainer. A lot of firsts this season, Marshall. I've never seen the trainer employed to help somebody off the field. It's that Sparrow healthcare system at its peak performance right there. He will receive a little bit of attention on the bench, and 1927 will make a quick sub. Really confusing to have the trainer wearing the same color shirt as the 1927 subs and the referees.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad you said it. Yeah.
I've been remarking this week on how amazing it is that with all of the technological advances in the FIFA video game, they can't seem to figure out how to avoid keepers wearing the same color as one team or the other. It just escapes EA's technological capabilities, so we're not above that here either, I guess.
As this would be a throw-in for Lansing.
These Midwest Premier League officials, I will tell you, if our keeper was wearing a shirt that was a little bit too close to the Fort Wayne jersey colors, it would be remarked upon. But
as the Robins will look to switch
there's
field
the
here.
big switch. A little bit too tall for Jack Foyt, and it's turned right over to number 10.
Swati and Avery looking to put some pressure on him.
This game is starting to feel a little bit more like a historic Lansing Common game where we settle into a little bit of a morass and then we wait for somebody to make the difference. I'd say if there's one thing that I've learned from Sunday League, it's that the same players on defense, Marshall, can look very different from week to week. And that's been pretty much the story of Lansing Common in 2024. And so we welcome to this broadcast somebody who knows a thing or two about Sunday League. Isn't that right, Graham Couch?
I spent some time, in the rec leagues here and there, playing bad defense. So
that's what makes you an expert for today's broadcast.
Excellent.
Graham, you said in the run-up to this game, as I was trying to talk you into this appearance, that you didn't know much about this team. And I'm going to break one of Marshall's rules and talk about last weekend. The scoreline saw, and a little bit of this was, a lot of this was some garbage time, some inexplicable extra time in a game that was already out of hand. But this Lansing Common side, with it featuring some stalwarts on defense over the years, gave up 7 goals. And so that is a little bit of what I was hinting at. The inexplicable inconsistency, I think, is just something that happens in the sport.
7 goals takes me back to the late 90s at Lansing Sexton. We gave up 7 goals a few times, and so I know what that feels like. But it's still, that's a large number, and that's when you just can't get a handle on things. Was the other team just that good?
Yeah, the other team was that good. Northern Indiana Football Club has played 8 games this season, has won 8 games.
Okay.
So one thing that we've gotten used to over the years at Lansing Common is setting in what any other year in any other league would be league-winning pace, about 2 points a game, pretty much through our history. And then there's just one club who's just a little bit better and just noses ahead of the line. 3 points a game is not just a little bit better. They're a side who's really exceptional, and some of that has something to do with the fact that its roster is almost entirely composed of Bethel kids, because in the NAIA there's no roster rules that limit you from having your roster be a summer training squad for a really, really good NAIA squad. But some of it's just they're exploiting an inefficiency, which is in Northern Indiana. Not a lot of clubs at this level, not a lot of summer soccer, and so you're able to suck up some of those Notre Dame kids as well, and some other fine colleges with guys that are looking for stuff to do in the summer. So
well, rising tide, right? So
that's right. That's right.
Good for the league, and
certainly good for these guys. As a quick sub during that back and forth, Avery Dresky out of his midfield position, and Rourke Watterson earned a spot in the squad. He was out on club duty and is back at it for us. Rourke Watterson out of Parma, Michigan. I believe he's 16 years old and looks every bit of it, as he just right off the bat, a probing pass finds Jack Voigt, and Voigt was just a little bit offside.
Yeah, it's good to see Rourke back, have him in the mix. Super talented player. Looking forward to him controlling the middle
for many seasons to come, hopefully. And if you can't pick Rourke out on your TV screen, he's the small one. So no disrespect to Rourke. He's a baller. An effing baller, I believe he was described by his teammates and the coaching staff at halftime of his first cap for Lansing Common. But no fear in that young man. And no question, he ripped up Livonia in that first appearance a few weeks ago.
In any sport, when you see somebody who looks almost too young to be out there, you should fear them.
Yeah, no
because
doubt.
There's a reason they're on the field. It's like, but I would argue the opposite too on the other end. When you see somebody who looks too old to be out there, you should fear us too, because there's a reason we're out there. We must have some sort of skill or delusion.
And it's hard to say which is more dangerous, skill or delusion.
Yeah. There's a balance that you'd like to have.
A water break in the 30th minute. I love that. I love that. It's not about how much nicer it is in Lansing, Michigan today than it is in the rest of the country. It's about the fact that it's 84 degrees and these refs just want to take a break, drink some water, sit down for a second.
I got to say, the many nice things about Lansing Eastern Stadium is the press box is not sweltering.
Yeah. I'll tell you from firsthand knowledge, we get here about an hour before the game and open up all the windows and the doors and let it breathe a little bit. And then the press box also gets to provide shade for some of these fans that are sitting down here. But yeah, no, I hear you.
There's nothing worse than like writing a game and all you're just stuck to the papers and your keyboard, and it's a sweaty mess. You're dripping on it.
We've had probably the best weather this year of any year of Lansing Common for home games, that is. And we've had probably more hydration breaks during games than any other year. I don't know if that's a U.S. soccer referee focus. I do know that it's not anything that we determine. With rare exceptions, we don't determine it pregame. It's kind of made, the call is made by the refs in real time. But I find that to be a little interesting.
You know, who makes the call? I mean, this assistant ref here at midfield, a little bit portly. He might need the water break, so that could be.
And I don't know. I know that you know, on other calls, certainly if you're the AR that's closest, you can overrule the head referee. There's all those sorts of nuances that never happen. But yeah, I can't speak for water breaks. It's not necessarily a well-known portion of the rule book. Brett Swanton sees Rourke and just goes right back to 1927.
So it'll be a shot on goal that is way wide. As it'll be a goal kick for Lansing Common.
Is that the first shot of the game? Depending on how you want to score, some of the Lansing Common was. I'm nearly certain it was for 1927. Jack Voigt's had some done some work back there, but certainly nobody's got anything on frame.
Yeah, it's been a game of passing and kind of passing back and forth with the, I know 1927 has favored going back to their goalie a number of times,
Yes,
but
indeed.
they're in no rush. As KP will send this ball up to Jack Voigt,
Look,
who
the
is
foul is called in.
Is that a penalty?
Unless we are using a pretty liberal interpretation at the outside of the 18, a yellow is given for a foul in the box. It looks like the referee really wants to give this penalty 20 yards away instead of.
Boy, I know the initial contact may have been close, but it was not that far out, I don't think. That's.
And we're gonna have to wait and see as a long conversation is happening. And I take it from me, guys, the only thing that your long conversation is gonna earn you is another yellow.
That said, if you're a defender and you've got to know where you are, and that was a pretty obvious foul. So my guess is the defender didn't sense they were outside, at least when they went to do it.
Oh.
Boy, that's close.
Jack's a really smart player too, and so the possibility exists that a little bit of gamesmanship was in play there. I don't know. I'd need to take a look at the VAR, but certainly a well-deserved yellow.
Is that in the budget for next year, Josh?
I don't think we want VAR anywhere close to this league. As Swati lines it up over the bar. I think these referees have their hands full without introducing a new element.
as Fort Wayne will play the short pass out.
Although 35 minutes in, Marshall, those are the two earliest yellows I've ever seen. These refs seem determined to get a hold of what, in my estimation, has not been a particularly chippy game.
Mm-hmm. As Fort Wayne will play a ball up. Looks like that was deflected. Bello trying to get it out. As that ball's batted around, and it'll be off of KP, and it'll result in a corner kick for Fort Wayne.
Not taking any chances with a ball that looked like it was about to float right into Will Berry's waiting arms.
As Fort Wayne will play in the corner. There's a low one, as that'll be a save for Will Berry. Nice job there. So boot this ball up.
Just to go along. All he's got long is Jack Voigt, who has it headed right to Brett Swadden. Swaddy's got Crawford on the overlap. He's going to take it himself. The bouncing ball finds Crawford. Crawford's got options.
Plays the ball towards the middle.
A little bit of a lazy cross. Rourke holds it in, but just unable to win the 1-on-3 battle. Rourke's still fighting.
He's a youngster. He's got plenty of gas in that tank.
Pace of this has started to pick up a little bit, in line with what both coaches have been pleading for. Ben Derby sees Max Crawford. Finds Jack Heald, who's collapsed on by 3. Pass back to Will Berry. Sees Noe, bounces through to Jack Voigt. Over to Swaddy on the overlap.
That ball was just out of reach. KP will head that up. As they'll play that ball up, but right to Max Crawford. Looks like Crawford was ready to run there, but he's going up the right side. He'll play a ball towards the middle. That was just right at their keeper.
Just feels like every time we're off to the races on offense, there's 2 or 3 guys in the box. Our midfield is being real passive.
Game is definitely opening up, though. Team's getting stretched.
You ever seen both these teams looking to attack a little bit more here?
And we've got Ty Uziak and Sammy Omar looking to come back in. Noe sees Josh Maderi, who sees Jack Voigt. Forces a really rough ball popped up into the air by the very small center back for 1927.
As Fort Wayne will switch the field.
So Graham, we invite random guests onto here to, frankly, give it a little bit of a podcast feel, because there's not 90 minutes worth of action in these games, and so let our viewers and listeners in on what a summer off season is like in the life of a Lansing State Journal sports columnist.
Yeah, well, wrapping up 2 weeks of vacation right now,
Perfect.
So that's that. You know, lamenting the workday tomorrow. No, no, it's a very different type of work. Like, you know, in a lot of markets, like where you've got a number of professional sports teams or whatever, and you've got there's a rhythm that's sort of year round. And but since so much of what I do is Michigan State football and men's basketball, and this time of year is it's just a different pace, a lot more feature time, a lot more, doing, it's just less reacting to things, more creating. Good time to catch up on stories that need to be told and haven't, and different entities within athletics and elsewhere in our community. So that's a lot of this this time of year, and then just making sure you're you're refreshed. And I always say that this time of year is sort of my time, whereas the rest of the year, and like it would take a lot for me to miss one of our Monday night games, Josh, for like a work assignment, like maybe like something very serious happening to Tom Izzo, I guess, but but it would have to be serious. It would.
Sammy Omar in at left wing. I don't know what the call was there that 1927's begging for. He earns a corner, though.
I also got to say, this hat I mean, I'm guessing most of your viewers are very familiar with the swag at the concession stand. But this, I just bought this because this is one of my favorite things I've seen from you guys.
This is a crossover with Talisman, a St. Paul-based hat company. And let me tell you, there are a few of those still available online. Graham's got the little birdie logo on his, which I think is our most popular hat. We've tried to mix it up some. And
the ball's batted around in the box a little bit.
calling for a handball, and no call. Although this one's going to go back to Lansing Common for a throw-in. Yeah, we've got a lot of different styles of hats with the birdie logo, and we've tried some different ones, including that particular style, the Talisman crossover. They gave us a little LCFC, and I love the LCFC, but nothing as popular as the birdie logo.
Birdie, yeah. No, I like it. I like it a lot.
And, you know, what I love about the Jeff Sykes OG birdie logo is you can see somebody who's just completely disconnected from Lansing, completely disconnected from the club, and they ask about the Robin.
Yeah.
Because the red chest is so iconic. So it is a real good, going to certainly go down in Lansing sports history.
And I feel like if you know the club, if you know sort of thing.
Right,
you see somebody with it.
Right.
And, I'll also take this home because my wife accidentally just killed a baby robin this week when she was working, as she was trimming a tree and didn't realize there was a young nest in there. So she's been trying to save the rest of the young ones, but she'll find this ironic somewhere.
I think that's got the stacks on the back too, doesn't it? Reverse side.
Oh, reverse side.
Yeah, right there. We got a little stacks taken
off,
off, which you can actually see. Make sure you savor the view out the back of the press box on your way out, Graham.
Okay,
it's,
all right.
It's among the most underrated in Lansing, I would say.
I will take it in. I am all about underrated views in Lansing.
Yeah. There is a particularly savory description of Eastern Stadium's location in a Graham Couch column from years gone by now. 2021, I think.
What did I say?
Just that it was the perfect location for this club.
Walkable.
Nestled in the heart of the city, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. It is a great location, though. It is a good...
you know what? My favorite part about it is it's easy to describe. You tell people it's kind of... If they don't know anything about the streets or anything like that, phenomenal save by Will Berry. Ball still in the mixing bowl and cleared out by Will Berry. Giving this crowd something to cheer for.
The most remarkable thing about this stadium and the Lansing Catholic Stadium that's not that far away is that I grew up here being told that both were way too close to the hospital to ever have a stadium, and now they both have stadiums. So I don't know what exactly changed.
Or what that means.
Yeah, right. Why was it?
Another phenomenal
Great
save by Will Berry. Oh my goodness.
He's leaving it all out there for this first half. As Fort Wayne will set up for another corner kick. As this ball will be played in.
The other thing about this location is the connectivity. You know, a lot of folks obviously drive here from as far away as Fort Wayne, but you know, you can take Shiawassee down either to downtown, over to the west side. There is a walking path now that connects it right into the heart of the east side. It really is, as Graham wrote 3 years ago, just a perfect spot for this club to call home, no doubt.
Well, it's truly Lansing. You know,
yep.
Which is, and it's easy. It's incredibly easy by car, but it's walkable to a lot of places. It's by an iconic, you know, it's no longer Eastern High School, but the building itself is, and Don Johnson Fieldhouse.
Truly, Lansing in that old high school is about to be a major construction site, so we'll have proximity to construction is also very Lansing.
That is very Lansing. There were a couple weeks where I could not figure out how to get out of my neighborhood.
Max Crawford standing over the ball. Really nice ball into the box.
Ooh.
Free header. That's
a great attempt.
That was a soaring Ben Derby there.
Just a little bit of an awkward position to bring the ball down from. Some nice defense. Sends Will Berry's water bottle flying and sends it out for a goal kick. I don't know how much extra time the fourth official has called for as we enter the 48th minute of the first half.
Well, he got his water break in earlier, so he might have, you know, a few minutes in him.
The fourth official and our staff member down on the sideline are both looking at their watches, so somebody knows how much time is left. It's just not us.
As Will Berry will play this ball up.
Nice win by Jack Voigt over to Swati, who's going to look for options. Ty Uziak lets this one go, and that was probably the wrong decision. As Max Crawford over this one. There's 3 options in the box.
Oh. As Sammy Omar headed it up in the air, but keeper came and just snatched it.
Yeah. Usually in that position, that's the right move, and I don't know how confident he felt in his ability to get it on frame. Probably not very, but yeah, that's not a one-on-one battle that Jack Voigt's likely to win. The ball's coming right back now. Right at Will Berry.
Another great save.
And out for a corner. As the match enters its 49th minute.
The intensity of this game has really ramped up on the offensive side of the ball.
0-0 at the half. Certainly not, the half's not over, but that would not have been the betting favorite at the beginning of this game. Certainly not based on how the last matchup between these two went. They go short. Survey in the field, good defense. Jack Voigt comes out and blocks the attempt. Just force him back. And now it's at Max Crawford's feet, who goes long. Jack Voigt has the ball and has an attempt at almost a goal that Sammy Omar was just not quite there for. Sammy Omar calls for a corner, and the ref gives it to us.
That was all set up by a beautiful ball from Max Crawford playing that up.
And that has to be a corner because you are not going to see Jack Voigt miss an opportunity like that very often. And he did not. That was deflected as Jack Heald is going to take this one from the corner.
This match has really changed in the last 10 minutes.
I think you got to stay for the second half.
This ball will be played up.
Just too tall for Ben Derby, who gets knocked back, and then that's going to be halftime. An exciting, about as exciting a half as 0-0 45 minutes in can possibly be. Also, apparently 4 minutes of extra time given. Let's hope for more of the same in the second. See you then, folks.
You're listening to the #2 Lansing Common play-by-play team. But the #1 Lansing Common soccer and coffee play-by-play team, the Coffee Firm, presents the second half. My name is Jeffrey. You know we got Josh. You know we got Ken. Ken, let's watch the second half.
Jeffrey, I can't believe they got us up here in the booth.
Have they heard our pod?
I want to say hello to all our listeners in the United States and worldwide. We have got a great game going so far. Fort Wayne Sport Club, 0. Lansing Common, 0. But, Jeff, what do you think? We've had the majority of the play, don't you think?
Yeah, I think we controlled that first half.
I think so. I mean, right down towards the end, we had a great play. I think a good pass in from Ty Uziak. I think that might have been to, who was that up top for us? Jack Voigt, maybe? That we just missed the edge of the goal. Would have put us up 1-0 at the death of the first half. But I think a couple standouts we've had so far. Will Berry has been playing his ass off. So
Very, very popular Coffee Firm guest, Will Berry.
Will Berry,
which we mentioned in the first half.
Berry was one of the first on the Coffee Firm, and I don't think he realized what he was getting into, but he did quite a good job. Josh, I mean, it's kind of a different game, don't you think? Kind of a different team, a different mindset today, don't you think?
Absolutely. Not necessarily surprising if you saw the roster. This was a strong roster, and certainly not surprising if you see the energy they come out with, as that has been consistent throughout this year. A lot of energy coming out of halftime for this team. The hope is that they could sustain it.
Well, I think it's big that we come out early. Ooh, almost 2 balls on the pitch. Nope, not
almost.
quite. I think it's important that we come out early and kind of set the tone. If that means we've got to wreck somebody right off the bat, so be it. but let's set the tone. Let's play on the front foot rather than here we go, number 5. Oh my mama. Let's have a shot. Nice.
Nice
that was a nice
save.
save.
Great take by Rourke Watterson. Holy cow, as Swati jumped on that lazy pass, forced the turnover, found Rourke. Rourke looked around to pass, said no thank you, took the left peg, went for the far bar, and as you guys said, great save by that keeper. Do you guys know if this is the same keeper that we faced in Fort Wayne?
I don't know. I think.
Yeah, I think it is. I think I recognize, because we interviewed him after the game, Ken. Come on.
Yeah, tagged him on Instagram even.
Well, we weren't big a fan of his then. We're not a big fan of his now.
Now, Ken, you did mention we almost had 2 balls on the pitch. Can we talk about Will Berry? He did the supporters a solid.
All right.
He kept the second ball on the pitch for a little bit.
I don't know if anybody saw that, but our big thing is 2 balls on the pitch. Will could have kicked that second ball off behind the goal, but no, he slowly passed it, so we got to sing 2 balls on the pitch over in the supporters group. So we did like that. Okay, referee's making the Fort Wayne guys move back. It's 10 yards, guys. You've played long enough, you know it's 10 yards. So looks like we've got Jack Heald and
Max Crawford
over it.
A fan favorite, Max Crawford.
Max Crawford.
How could he not be?
Extra caffeinated man of the match. Previously. Let's see what he can do. Oof.
Jack Heald into the wall and earns a corner.
Nice. We've had a lot of corners today, and we've noticed over in the stands that it seems like we're pushing up the big men. Here comes Kevin Payne moving forward.
A quick one.
Oh, my. Nice.
Through the uprights. If we were over there, we'd probably hit him with a little Notre Dame, but we're not,
might.
so we'll hold off up here.
Second corner coming up. We still have got our big men up there. Let's see what happens here.
Swati goes a little bit taller on this one, a little bit too tall for anybody, and Sammy Omar collects it.
It's good to see Sammy back.
Oh yeah, that was a scary injury he took, and happy to know that his face is okay.
Yes,
and that he's able to play some soccer.
Well, it's good. It's good. It was a unfortunate fall that he got.
It's always unfortunate when somebody gets punched in the face. Isn't that right?
I mean,
especially when that's literally what happened.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But he's back playing with us, so let's see what he can do today. Nice ball out to Sammy on the left wing in the channel. Nice.
Oh, Dyson slice?
Dyson slice from Sammy. That was nice.
We've had a lot of dicey slices in the game, too.
And it's good to see that the guys are putting that into the repertoire.
There was a little bit. Max Crawford went around and over to Jack Heald. And this energy out of halftime is... Oh, nice.
14 down the wing, Ben Novello. Plow through him. Force the corner. Yep,
there we go.
Yep, there we go. Referee. Thank you very much. It's about time.
Bad takedown of Brett Swatton, who's laying on the pitch. Looks to be in a good deal of pain.
That borderline yellow, don't you think, Jeff?
I believe so. And it's a good thing that wasn't a breakaway because number 5, we mentioned this last year, he's been one to watch.
Number 5 for Fort Wayne is pretty solid.
Come on. We have standards here.
So, yeah. So anyway, here we go. Jack Heald standing over the ball on the free kick. Come on, Fort Wayne, come on. It's 10 yards. You guys know this. Let's back it up. Magic spray coming out. There you go. Referee, thank you. Goldfinger moving the wall over. KP's up top. Come on, boys. Oh, my mama. Almost.
Oh, man.
Hit it, Samuel. That's all right. Here we go, guys. Let's regroup. Fort Wayne trying to break quick down the right channel. Max Crawford with the Jets. Holds up the play.
This is a totally different energy level than when we were down in Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
On both sides, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Come on, Sammy, you're there. Nice. And Sammy Omar bringing up the right channel. Long ball over top to 12. That's it. Here we go. Come on, Sam. Come on, Sammy, take him on. Sam at the right edge, left edge of the box. Brings it across. Oh, nobody there. Good move, though, by Sammy. I mean, this is his first game back in how many weeks? And doesn't seem like he's lost his step at all. He's diced and sliced a couple guys out on the left wing, and he's got a lot of hustle in him. Don't you think, Jeff?
I do. And Josh, do you, when you're up here in the booth, do you actually record the dicey slices? Because you should be.
No. So what happens is this is all being automatically recorded, goes to YouTube right away, and then typically Steve Beckman does a lot of that post work.
So Steve's the one that records the dicey slices.
He chops up some of the highlights. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
I think that's a stat that ought to be kept in the Midwest Premier League. Is how many dicey slices.
Well, you know, we can't rely on the league to keep a lot of those stats for us.
Obviously.
I would consult with Jordan Stoddard, unofficial team historian.
Unofficial.
It makes sure that, because, you know, if you want something to go into the game program or into the annals of Lansing Common history, that's who you want to talk to. So
Jordan Stoddard is a walking encyclopedia of statistics and memorabilia.
And he's not doing that off the top of his head. He's keeping score over there.
He is.
Oh, yeah, we had a question for him for the pod, and he's like, oh, here's all that information.
I'm always going to be quick to defer to Jordan Stoddard on
As
questions
you should.
Questions of Lansing Common history, but also other questions. So, guys, number 1, Lansing Soccer and Coffee podcast.
Yes.
We've talked on the stream before about how bad we miss Strange Matter at these games.
Yes.
How do you keep the energy up in 2024?
I mean, the one thing is that you have to hydrate pregame,
Sure.
Halftime, and postgame.
Sure.
You can always stop by the concession stand, get a hop water.
There you go.
I had a pina
There you
colada
go.
one earlier today.
Love that.
One of our corporate partners, Ozone's Brew House. That's a wicked foul on Fort Wayne. So he's going to get a strong talking. Don't press me. Don't press me, the referee says. And we're playing on. Looks like this is Rourke out in the left channel with the ball.
But I think since they're not here, I think the other thing you can do is you just have to stop by their locations and get an Ola before the game.
That's true.
And if you ask them, they will make a coffee lemonade.
Yes.
It's very refreshing.
That's a little surprising. I didn't know they had lemonade on offer at all their Strange Matter locations.
I mean, they might look at you cross-eyed.
Sure.
But it's still refreshing and a solid beverage.
Oh,
pre-game.
Rourke with a nice dicey
Oh, here we go.
slice.
This is nice. Oh, that's a great ball. Come on, Sammy.
Rourke with a nice win. Sees Jack Heald. See Jack Heald. See Jack Heald.
Oh,
no, he
diced and
said,
sliced again.
He said, I want
Diced
this
and
guy.
sliced
He's
again.
mine.
Oh, can't give up on it, guys. Seems like Lansing Common's coming out with the same energy. Oh, it's a good ball over the top here.
And Ken, it looks like we're getting mailbag as we're talking because Matt Scarano from Orlando, go Orlando City, has said, any opinions on what we're doing up here? This is awesome.
I think this is a lot of fun. I question Josh's judgment by asking us up here.
Yeah.
But I think going forward, as long as there aren't any issues with the league office, we may be up here again.
I
So
mean,
we'll
for
have to
all
see.
we know, they cut the audio to us.
This could be happening.
It's true.
Could be happening. All right, got a throw in with Max Crawford. Long throw coming. Headed away by Fort Wayne. Here comes KP. Bringing it back down to Max Crawford. Overhead kick. Come on, Red. Let's go. That's it, Max. Max having another great game today.
He was very happy to get that extra caffeinated man of the match award last game.
Hit it. Oh, that was a bummer. Okay. Come on, Rourke. Get back in. Come on, Sammy. Again, Lansing Common has not let up from the first half, so it's good to see that there wasn't any sort of let up. But let's keep playing hard. Jack Heald in the middle there. Max has got their number 5. Yeah, watch that number 5 for Fart Wayne. Come on, Max. And nothing.
A great team defense there.
Exactly right.
Jack Heald could maybe see that his teammate Max Crawford maybe feeling a little bit tired. Certainly gave up the inside there, and that leverage was nowhere to be found as Jack Heald came out of nowhere to take that ball away.
It's good to see that a lot of great teamwork back there on defense, and let's keep playing hard.
Another takeaway by Rourke Watterson, who says, "See me." Ben Derby does not see him.
Come on, Sammy. Oh, it's a good through ball. Oh, he's offsides again. Wouldn't matter anyway. Wouldn't matter anyway. Will Berry was there. Didn't matter. Let him shoot it. Will Berry was there. We had it.
How many saves does Will Berry have today that aren't going to count because the guy was so far offside?
But you know who counts them? The coffee firm. We count them.
We count them. Interesting fun fact, Will Berry's father's name is Cornelius. I don't know if you knew that.
That is interesting. It is fun.
Shout out to Corny Berry. All right, free kick.
Does he go by Cornelius?
He goes by Corny, but Cornelius is just fun to say.
Sure.
Looks at Max Crawford with free kick.
Jeez.
That's bad luck there. We're going to make up for it. Yes, we are. Good D from Max. Oh, referee. Come on, that's a weight room problem. He needs to stay on his feet.
That was a great touch by Max to me. It looked like number 5 there either caught a knee to the thigh or he's cramping up.
I don't know.
Now, a little disappointment that nobody from the branch has grabbed the diver down flag.
Yeah, that's David Lee Roth right there. David Lee Roth, diver down. Speaking of Van Halen, Jeff, what's your favorite Van Halen album?
Oh, that's a tough one. 1984.
1984.
You got to go 1984.
Yeah. Running with the Devil's a good one. Mm-hmm. So, Josh, what do you think about Van Halen?
Running with the Devil is a good one.
There you go. There you go. Oh, and it looks like at the 57th minute mark, we're having a hydration break. So, speaking of which, don't mind if I do. Josh, what do you think as far as the game progresses? What do you think you see happening with Lansing Common? Are we going to see more rotation? Are we going to keep the powers that be out there? And are we going to see the Mid-Michigan Messi get into the field? Are we going to see Munir Shirali later?
I will say there's definitely going to continue to be rotation. That the loosened sub rules this year is something that you've seen Brent Sorg take advantage of. And I think he believes that he's got a top 15 or 16 that are every bit as good as the top 11. And so you saw the early subs, you saw the aggressive subbing. Now some of those guys that came out are free to go back in with no penalty. As number 5, again, looks like he's cramping down there. I think what's most important, though, here is early on this side of the field, you could hear Fort Wayne's coaching calling for tempo, and you could hear Brent Sorg calling for forward. And so the first 20, 25 minutes of the match, I think a lot of us spectators were frustrated by how slow things were, and the increased tempo is something that both sides are perfectly happy with and are looking for.
Well, the ball's back in play, so let's see if we can't force that tempo and see if we can get something going forward. Ty Uziak, bird dogging their defender here. Let's see what we can get the ball from him. KP, come on now.
Nice.
Great tackle by Max Crawford.
And Jeff,
just a bit outside there.
Jeff, what were we talking about over in the stands at number 21 for Fart Wayne? I mean, for being a big guy, that dude has some pretty decent touch. So that might be somebody we want to watch later in this game. But he was impressive in the first half, we thought.
Absolutely good lateral quickness there. Put KP on his back foot, which is not something you see a lot of attackers do, especially now with that kind of size.
Exactly right. I mean, he's a big man. He's got good touch, so let's see what we can shut that guy down. Oi, referee. Ay, my mama. Come on, Ty. All right, back to Goldfinger. Oh, come on, KP. Come on, Will.
Wilberry's got that.
And Max Crawford with the wheels. Watch yourself. Oh, it's got to be red. Oh, referee, it's got to be red. Apparently, throw into Fart Wayne.
Rich on the drum has a nice.
I was going to
beat
say
over there.
we're 10 minutes deep into the second half, and we're still a late whistle. Oh, rough one. Ty Uziak's got a bit of a knock. Let's hope Ty can get back up on this.
Josh, did you happen to visit any of the food trucks that we have today?
I did not. My wife did. I was walking by out there about 20 minutes before kickoff, and I thought that might be not quite enough time for them to turn around some wings. Fortunately, she saved one for me, and boy, Tante just does not miss.
No, they do not.
Those wings were excellent. The fries were so good. They got some different sauces on the wings and the fries. I got to say, I hope Peruvian continues to be a staple of our Lansing Common game days.
Can't beat those wings. Jeff, did you have, or who had the barbecue over there in the stands with us?
Yeah, I had snacks. I went with the brisket platter. Amazing.
So solid.
But you got hats off to Lansing Common for their food truck assortment this year.
I was going to say Steve Beckman did a great job locating some food trucks. We're looking forward to next game. Spud Hut is going to be here again, so we're looking forward to that. But
for the 3 listeners of our pod, we did talk quite a bit about Spud Hut on last pod.
But you can't count Josh since he's right here. All right, Rourke Watterson in the middle of the pitch to Ty.
I was super excited about Spud Hut. My only criticism would be we got to get them here earlier in the season because nothing sounds better than, oh my goodness.
That was kind of wicked there.
Than a baked potato when it's 50 degrees out,
yeah,
which it always is for those early season games.
Hit this, my man. Oh.
Brett Swatton lined that up. Unfortunately, it was blocked so well.
There we go. Good effort from Brett Swatty out there. It's nice to see him throwing a little body around there. Still, the intensity levels up. I think we've, again, had the better of the play.
Ken, I think you gave me the old Tiger Stadium obstructed view seat up here.
Well, you get what you pay for. So, there are no obstructed view seats here at Lansing Eastern Stadium. It says right on your ticket.
I think I think Lansing is maybe baiting the visitors into a little bit of reckless physical play too. Other than the crunching tackle from Jack Heald in the first half, the majority of the really nasty fouls have gone one way. As you see,
Case in point there.
As you see, number 21 maybe giving a little extra to Jack Heald.
That was a WWE headlock.
That was, yeah. Okay. All right. Strong talking to coming from the referee. I think that's an industry term to chill out.
Yeah, to borrow a Ken Steelman-ism, I would say that was a little bit of a weight room problem.
It was a weight room problem.
Brett Swatton was lining up on a guy about 6 inches taller than him and a good bit thicker.
Exactly
but,
right.
Number 10 is still giving it to the referee.
You know, if you can't play in the field, you wind to the ref. That's what I always say. But yeah, Brett Swatty put his shoulder in that guy. Oh, here comes the referee. Got to talk.
Are we going to VAR?
We might be going to VAR here.
Oh, enough VAR talk. Goodness gracious.
All right, okay, VAR. If you have to get a T-square and a protractor out to tell if he's on or off, he's on.
Well, this might be the Midwest Premier League version of VAR because we've got some consultation happening between the 4th official and the head referee, maybe about that Brett Swatton foul.
Or the headlock. They could be talking about the headlock.
Could be talking about the headlock. It's right. I don't know.
You know, I made a comment in the first half about how the AR can always overrule the head referee if he has a better view, and I've never seen that happen at this level. I've never even seen a conversation like that happen, but the overrule did not happen.
Nope. So play on, as they say.
If you commit your foul within view of the 4th official and nobody else, it won't be called. So
it's the old adage about a bear in the woods, right? If you foul in front of the 4th official and he doesn't see it, did it happen? Come on, KP. Great play by our defense. Here's Rourke again. Good battle. Oh, it's a nice ball by Fart Wayne. Here KP barking to the defense to get everybody back in line.
That's this year's defensive struggles have hurt no one as much as they've hurt Kevin Payne. I'm sure of that.
Uh-oh. What are we calling here?
Just a goal kick, but Fort Wayne player went flying and seemed to be complaining that it was a shove or something. I didn't see anything even close to that.
That's a lot of that going on today, don't you think, Josh?
Yes, I do.
I mean, if you look at the flags, the wind is picking up, so it's not out of question that
That's
someone
true.
could go flying.
We don't know how much that
Jeffrey,
guy weighs.
Two balls on the pitch right there.
2 balls
We
on
don't-
the pitch. 2 balls on the pitch.
We don't have a roster, so we don't know how big or small that guy is.
Well-
So it could have been a breeze.
And another faux pas by the branch that they missed the 2 balls on the pitch.
Well, if we're not there, it happens. Speaking of the branch, Jeff, it was good to see some of the traveling support from Fort Wayne come down to the game today. I mean, they don't need the moral support, or we don't want them to have moral support. It's good to see other teams traveling to support their teams in the Midwest Premier League.
You know you're always going to have a good time in Lansing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think isn't that the lotto? Isn't that the motto there on the
That's like the
Great
lotto.
Lansing? It's on the Lansing seal, isn't?
That's
You're
right.
always going to have a good time in Lansing.
That's right. I do hope that some of them come out to Ozones with us after the game. So that's up to you guys
There you go.
to do that lobbying. It's not happened yet this year. I imagine, depending on what work schedules are like after the Troy friendly on Thursday,
True.
we might see some of those fellas.
Ozone's Brew House, our front jersey sponsor, and a nice partner for Lansing Common Football Club. And hey, did you know, Jeff? I'm a member of the Mug Club there.
I was waiting for you to kick that in there.
Heck yeah, man.
What's your Mug Club number?
93. So don't be using it. Corner to Fart Wayne. And KP clears. And we've got wheels. Here goes. Oh, Ty.
Oh, man.
Referee. Yikes.
I think Ty might have done more damage to
the
number
player.
22 than he took in there.
th minute. Lansing Common still playing solid. Rourke, here we go again. Nice ball outside.
Great ball.
Rourke and Ben Novello out there having a good ball. Just as I say that kiss of death there, let's win it back. Again, good clearance by Ben Derby on the left half or left back. It's going to be a throw in for Fart Wayne.
Ben Derby, another frequent guest on the live stream or
Yes,
the
he is.
YouTube and the podcast.
Yes, he is. And that's got to be a red throw in. It's got
It
to
sure is.
Even though you made him have cold pizza one time.
be. Yeah. We're not sure which way the ball's going. Referee signals Lansing Common. Referee.
Oh, is that going to be yellow?
he's
Someone's
got
getting
it.
the cheese.
Someone's getting the cheese. We had 2 cheeses coming. Jeff, what do we call that? Double cheese? I have a double cheese. Okay. All right. And then, nope. He says no more, the referee says.
Did anyone get the cheese?
Very
I thought he had it in
I
his
thought he
hand.
had it in his hand. Maybe it was just a cheese warning, Jeff.
It's always nice to see the cheese warning.
Exactly. Looks like Fart Wayne has Pat McDonald and Mike Davidson warming up on the sideline.
Long-time players for 1927 SC.
Yeah, exactly right. Jack wins the ball in the midfield again. Oh, referee. Hey, big guy, pick on the littlest guy in the field. We'll take the free kick.
Man, a foul like that, just seconds, and I think that's what Jack Heald is saying. Like, you just had a conversation with us for 45 seconds, and then they give a foul like that, and you don't even have a conversation with the guy about it.
Not even a strong talking to again. I mean,
contact like that on Rourke Watterson, you know exactly what the intended purpose of that is.
Exactly right.
And we got Munir Shirali warming up.
Oh,
alongside Josh Maderi.
Nice.
Looks like that's going to be a corner.
And then another corner. And here come the big men coming from the back. We're seeing Kevin Payne moving forward, Ben Derby moving forward. Again, I'd like to see what we're doing on corners this game, different from what we've been doing in the past. And we're just more dangerous there. And they might not get the head on the ball for the corner, but it just creates something in the mixer that, you know, who knows, it's going to get knocked down, go off somebody, and right onto the foot of somebody. We'll take it. You know, we'll take any goal at this point. Coming across. Oh, referee. Ouch. They're calling goal kick.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of that was contact and how much of that was just Ben Derby left his feet before he saw where the ball really was, and maybe misjudged a little bit. The wind might
Josh,
have
we're going to say that's contact.
Yeah.
We're going to say that's contact.
Should have been a penalty kick.
Exactly.
I've been seeing KP move up quite a bit on those corner kicks, more than normal.
It is nice to see. I mean, you get a big man with the presence up there. If they've got to put two guys on to cover him, that just opens somebody else up.
All I'm saying is if he scores one, I'm jumping out of the press box and invading the pitch.
A pitch invasion if KP scores.
That's right.
It
might take me a minute.
Just don't try to jump from the press box to the pitch. That's
Well, I'll run out the door and down the steps.
All right, there we go.
Well, speaking of jump, that was another Van Halen song, isn't it, Jeff?
That's right.
There we go. Okay.
So I might as well jump.
So jump. Go ahead and jump. We will not bring...
Brent Sorg is more frustrated with these officials than I've ever seen during a 0-0 game. Just Jack Heald put it in just the exact wrong spot. Nobody in red there.
That's it, Rourke.
Nobody there.
We're getting that. Oh, that's a nice ball by Fart Wayne. Oh, Jack Heald. Nice. Sammy Omar fouled in the back again. Referee says play on. Ball's down the right channel. Our number 14, Ben Novella, chasing him down. Oh, there we go. Ben Derby puts the muscle on 21.
Oh, jeez.
That might have been a situation for the diver down.
I don't know. That might have been a little payback from Ben Derby. Ben Derby played at Western Michigan, so he might know the dark arts, like Patrick says, the dark arts.
I think you guys had it right the first time. That was a little diver flag situation.
It's nice to see at his age David Lee Roth still playing for 1927.
Exactly right. Oh, and it's
through
good.
the upright.
Through the upright.
It's
good.
Ball don't lie, am I right, boys?
Exactly right. I mean, if you're gonna dive for a free kick, at least put it on goal, right? I mean, what a wasted possession. But we'll take it. Will Berry's got the ball for the goal kick here, setting that up.
MVP is that ball kid that's had to go retrieve those balls down the hill.
The last minute appeals for ball kid volunteers proved to be very valuable because
well, there is
I don't know what we'd do without those kids today.
Over on our side, there's a 47-year-old guy as a ball kid.
Perfect.
So we'll give that to him. He's getting his steps in. He's wearing his New Balance and his cargo shorts. So
Ken, you look great for 47.
I wish I could be a ball kid, but
today was your chance.
Well, no, I knew I was coming up here
That's
today.
right. You would have had to give up your
had to give up this
once in a lifetime invitation.
Come on, Will Berry. Nice play. Good read by Will Berry. Going quick. Out to Sammy Omar.
Strong candidate, Will Berry is today.
Yes. A little long on the ball from Sammy Omar. Back to Goldfinger. Goldfinger. Never been a big James Bond guy. Have you, Jeff?
Some of them, but like a lot of them are like, okay, it's same story.
Okay. Favorite James Bond character?
The guy that throws the hat.
Well, no, not that guy. I'm talking about the actor. Favorite James Bond?
Oh, it's got to be Sean Connery, right?
Ooh. What about Roger Moore?
Roger Moore, I think was my dad's James Bond.
Was he? And Sean Connery's yours?
Sean Connery is a bit of a polarizing pick there.
Yeah.
Well, I just liked him because he was in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Jeff, I don't know. You lost me there. What about Timothy Dalton?
I don't know if I've ever seen any Timothy Dalton.
I don't think anybody has. Ball down the channel for Fart Wayne on the left. Ooh, shank it. There we go. And Sammy's going to bring this ball down over the top and go. Gone. Nice ball.
Oh,
Sammy
dice and sliced.
Push Ty. Oh, we had Ty here to the left. Sammy tried to get it. Starting to open up a little bit.
Yes, it is.
KP.
The referees have been doing their best to slow this match down, and the teams say, no, we want to, yeah, here we go again.
Well, who's going to yell this time? Somebody's getting cheese this time.
He's got the cheese out.
Ooh,
there we go.
Show him the cheese. Show him the cheddar.
Come on,
number
12.
11. You got to do better.
12 or 11?
I think it's 11.
You know, I don't want to question the officials, especially on a call that went our way, but that looked no more damaging or threatening or reckless than any of the other stuff that's happened in the last 10 minutes. I don't really understand the logic there.
Josh, you did say that they're trying to slow down the game. And correct me if I'm wrong. Referees are paid by the hour, correct?
I don't believe that's correct. I believe it's they receive cash, the same amount no matter what.
It's not cash, cash. All right, here we go. Ben Derby with the big boot.
Big development in our commentary. BB11 has got sick of hearing us, and he's left.
And by the way, if the officials do understand incentives here, and if any of them are a bit hungry, the pizza just pulled in.
Ooh.
So
okay. There it is. Here we go, Rourke. Nice touch by Rourke.
Touch by
Rourke.
my
mama. Oh, Rourke let one fly.
I like the idea behind that.
That was absolutely the right move there.
Heck yeah, man. Catch the guy catch Goldfinger off his line.
Should have maybe gone back post as he had the keeper backpedaling and stapled to the near post.
Yep. Jeff, looks like they're going to have a break for some hydration. And it is, I think there is a temperature gauge out on the field. I think it's about 135, isn't it, Jeff, out on the field?
Yeah, I think that's right.
About 135, Josh?
Generally, it is about 50 degrees warmer on the field than it is up here, so that sounds about right.
I mean, you could almost fry an egg on the 50-yard line if you tried. While we're here, let's give a shout-out to Midwest Premier League President Steve Beckman. Steve, we appreciate everything that you do for the league and for us. Appreciate the food trucks as well. Thanks, Steve.
However, we are not going to call him the president of Lansing Common.
No, we're not. Because we're not Northern Indiana. We're not going to do that. Steve's president of the league. And he's director of game day operations here. Well, even the referees are getting a hydration break. The fourth referee, he doesn't really run up and down, but he is sipping on a bottle of water. So I think it's equal opportunity hydration.
Graham Couch did say in the first half that might have something to do with the hydration break there, is the bias from the refs getting a little thirsty.
Is that maybe that's why they're slowing it down? If we can just make it to the 76th minute, I can get a drink.
I need some interpretation on this one, guys. We did get a post to the coffee firm tweeters from our friend Leonard, who's listening down in Australia.
Hell yeah. Shout out Leonard.
Shout out Australia.
He said the referee is the pants, and I don't really understand that.
Yeah, we're going to need a little bit of an explanation on that one, Leonard.
Leonard, they're wearing shorts today.
And then he said, come 90 minutes, he won't have the pee left in his whistle. Leonard.
When he pees for the Robins, right, Leonard?
A little language barrier there, I think.
We need. Where's our translator for on our phone?
We still love you, Leonard.
All right, Fart Wayne's got the ball, but taken back by Max Crawford. Rourke is just get him, Rourke. Rourke is all over him. But no, referee, it's got to be red. Rourke Watterson is having a hell of a game today, and excuse my French, but he's doing quite well. Ooh. Come on, Sammy. Great ball. Oh, just behind. All right, ball back to Goldfinger. Panic kick to Ben Derby. to Jack Heald, back to KP to reset. And over to Derbs.
You know, guys, I missed the road trip to Holland and the road trip to Northern Indiana, both of which one a win, one a loss, but a 2-1 loss to a team that's been running through the rest of the division. I would argue, not having seen either of those games, this is our best performance of the season.
I think the kind of the run that we've been on lately, we've had some bad luck. This is a great. Oh, that's another dice slice from Sammy. This is a great. Oh, here we go, number 12.
Jack, what finished that?
Have it, my mama. Oh,
Sammy Omar.
Sammy Omar.
Not able to get it on
wide
frame.
of the goal. This just, from what we've seen in the past, this is a different team today, a different mindset, and they're at home. And for being 145 degrees out, we've got another great crowd. It's good to see the guys are playing hard, and this is gonna be a 1-goal game. Let's just hope that it's a Robin goal.
Yeah.
But this is just a different team that we've seen in the past few weeks, and let's keep it up.
And one thing that stuck with me is in the post-game interviews is the guys were like, "Hey, we just gotta find it. Something's not clicking." Well, something's clicking today.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, we talked to Ben Derby after last game, and we kept it short because he was obviously a little bit teed off at how the game went, but. Something must have happened in practice, don't you think, Josh? That it's just a different mindset. And everybody's on the front foot today, just playing really hard. And Fort Wayne, I mean, aren't they second in the league, and we're taking it to them?
Yeah.
Let's keep on going.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest difference is just the consistency, right? Like we've seen flashes of this squad, and certainly some really, really great goals that were not just individual, that were good team performances, both here and on the road. But
KP with a great win.
The level of intensity, sustained intensity.
Come on, Ben Derby. Oh, come on, Will Berry. Oh, this could be trouble.
Oh,
Will Berry.
Right there.
Will Berry I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what. Will Berry is having a standout game today. The team at Dayton is going to love this kid. Will Berry, Corny, you should be proud of your kid because he's making Lansing Common proud today. Another great save today.
I'm just saying he might have a mug in his future.
Number 4, TJ Withrow replaces number 15, Max Crawford.
Max Crawford with a great game. TJ Withrow in, playing at right back, looks like. 82nd minute, anybody's game. That was probably their best chance, Fort Wayne's best chance.
But not the first save like that.
Oh, here we go. Come on. Oh, here we go, Sammy. Come on, Samuel. Ah, my mama. Oh. Dice. What are we calling? Oh, are you kidding me? What's he calling?
Sammy left his feet.
I don't know. He diced and sliced that dude in the box. That's all I got to say. And again, no let up in the Robins, did he? Jeff, what do we always say? Don't sleep on the Robins?
And obviously,
don't sleep on the Robins. Don't sleep on the Robins, ever. Goldfinger with the boot. Shankopotamus. There we go, another great win. Brett Swat just having another great game.
Yeah, I'd like to see him continue up at forward.
Yeah,
if we can help it.
Jeff, didn't he say he played forward in college?
I think
or
that's
he
what
played midfield or something.
He's a winger, and because of our lack of depth along the back, he's been forced into fullback. Sammy, another great win.
Sammy Omar is just dicing people out here.
Oh, just a lazy pass.
Yeah.
Rourke unable to corral it.
Come on, TJ, get back in. I need to put a body on somebody here. Oh, KP sticks his foot in.
And now we got
numbers.
Way outnumbered.
Oh, and a bad ball. Come on, get your head back up. Let's go. We could probably use a hydration break. It seems like the game might be slipping a bit from us here. Come on, Rourke. That's it. Get stuck in there. Oof. And we'll take the goal kick on that.
Yep.
Not a bad thing. About time to regroup here. Let's get our feet back underneath us a little bit. 85th minute. Still check the temperature gauge, 147.
It keeps getting hotter down there.
It is getting hotter.
It's amazing.
It is getting hotter.
But as Graham Couch said, not that bad up here.
that's right.
Got some shade, got some
bit
breeze.
of a breeze. I mean, we've got bottle service up here. It's not bad. Two guys on our back. Look who's going to get the ball again. Sammy Omar gets the ball first. Watch this. And later, right past him again. Referee, there we go. Referee draws a foul again. Break out the cheese, ref.
He had the dice, got pulled down on the slice.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly right.
Substitute for 1927, number 4 coming in.
Yep, that is Pat McDonald coming in. I think, isn't it? What's your scorecard say?
I mean, he looks like Christian Pulisic from up here. I doubt he's that good, or he would have entered the match sometime earlier.
Well, it's interesting that on the back of their jersey, they've got their Zodiac sign. So it looks like number 4 is a Taurus.
We discussed that a little bit in the first half. As well as all the fan kits in the stands all say 27.
Oh, do they really?
Presumably because of
1927?
Right. Oh, boy.
All right, looks like Ford Taurus is coming in here.
You know, a real shame the diver down flag is unmanned over.
You know, that is disappointing. It's like we always say next man up.
Also, the jam block is silent right now.
Yeah, not here in the Frankenstein bell. We're not here in the jam block.
We've got 12 showing us coming up. There's 12. Okay.
Uh-oh.
21 thought his number was being called to come out. So
I wish it would. But I think we've got some subs coming in, too. Looks like Avery Dresky might be coming back in. Number 10, Munir Shirali, Mid-Michigan Messi, might be coming back in. And our number 11, Josh Madry, previous extra caffeinated man of the match.
I like the switch to the grind line this late in the game.
The grind line. Yes, I do, too, for a hockey reference. Thanks.
Talk about with a great ball. Sammy was just not ready for it.
KP stepping up. Let's get back and cover. Big 21. Get back in there, KP. Top of the box. Get your foot in there, boys. Big foot out. Oi. Here we go.
And that was just Derby with a swing and a miss. There was nothing.
Patrick with the horn. I appreciate Patrick on the horn. Oh, referee swallowed his whistle on that handball, and now he's going to call it on us. Ay, referee. What are we doing?
It's a classic back and forth at this level.
Substitutions for Lansing Common.
Okay. Swati, Jack Voigt, and Sammy Omar out.
All right.
Big round of applause for Sammy.
Yep.
Hell of a game.
Had a great game for Sammy Omar. First game back. Jeff, we need to talk to Sammy after the game, all right?
I agree.
All right, Mooney, so let's see what we can do here.
I may have to send BB11 across the field to get the stuff, but it's okay. We'll talk to him.
Let's get the ball down in there, half the field. 88th minute, boys.
Either I misspoke or Jack Voigt misread something, because he is still in this game.
Well, we might be playing with 12 people, Josh.
Sometimes that's what it looks like with Jack Voigt out there.
That's right. That guy has got some wheels. All right. Here we go. Oh, come on. Patrick, another good call from Patrick on the air horn. We do appreciate that. The Branch still, 89th minute. The Branch is still going strong here.
A little shift to the formation here. I think we're in more of a 4-4-2 or maybe a 4-3-1-2, as we traded a winger for a midfielder.
Good play by Grusky there.
Yeah, oh, get out of bounds, get out of bounds. Fart Wayne keeps it in the left channel. Come on, TJ. Get stuck in, TJ. Great job. Watch the quick throw, boys.
Fart Wayne's picked up the pace a little bit.
Yes, they have. Oh, crap.
Nice clearance by Derby, out for a throw.
KP and their big 21 battling down there.
Jack Heald
Big
sees
boot out.
Jack Voigt. Jack Voigt's just got to win this.
Yep. Look at that nice play Munir.
Plays negative, takes an elbow to the
referee,
back.
how about
oh
advantage?
My goodness.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh
Is he
my
going for the
goodness.
No.
Referee, play advantage, and then if it doesn't work, then call it.
Oh, you got
there it
cheese.
is. There's cheese. Show him the cheese. Show him the cheddar. Come on,
And we
Fort
had-
Wayne, you got to do better.
Josh Maderi streaking down the left,
Exactly.
all alone when the referee decided to stop play.
Exactly. Again, getting paid by the hour, right, Josh? Slow that game
I
down.
cannot confirm that.
Slow that game down.
1927 Sport Club number 3, German Mendel.
German.
A great name for 1927,
Exactly right for the
they
historical.
They do love Germany.
Yes. Second ball, boys.
I had some fine German beers at their clubhouse the other day.
Shout out to Fort Wayne Sport Club's clubhouse. That is a cool place. Come on, Winnie.
Officials indicated 5 minutes of added time.
Uh-oh. Offside referee.
Way offside.
There we go.
Ball don't lie, though.
14, Ben Novello. Another great play back there. Just getting a message from my friend Pat McDonald that said he is not going into the game after all. Patrick, why wasn't Ireland in the Euros? Because they can't play football.
Long throw coming in for 1927.
Come on, get a red on this.
Big head out.
Come on, Mooney. Oy. There we go.
Really nice by Mooney. Jack
let's see.
Voigt's
Jack
just got to
Wheels.
win one-on-one
Here we go.
now. Now he sees
There we go.
Jerry.
All the way.
Got
Come on, Josh.
4-on-2.
Oh,
my
Josh, get the
goodness.
ball. Second ball, Josh. Get stuck in, my friend. That's it. Ah, got to be going red. Oy, 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 referee.
Jack Heald goes flying as the referee calls for a foul going the other way. About 3.5 minutes left in this one, if the officials call it. And a late one for Lansing Common would not be uncommon in our club's history, but would certainly be new this year.
Well, let's get things settled here at the back. That's got to be a red ball. Referee, Jeff, don't you think that has to be red?
It's got to be red.
Not only was it off Fort Wayne, it looked like it was off the fella's hand.
Ooh. Gonna have a strong talking to with a fellow's hand. As we say over in the stands, tick, 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 referee.
About 3 minutes left in this one.
And you got a clock going, how do you know? Oh, golly, it's right up there. Nice. Still getting verbal abuse on the tweeters. Appreciate that, my boys.
Leonard did clarify what the P in the whistle was.
Oh, this is good. This is when we do
Over the top.
corrections.
Here
in
we go.
extra
Here
time.
we, oh, yeah.
So according to Leonard, a P whistle is a whistle with a small wooden ball inside which makes the reverberating noise.
Sure.
The more you know.
I guess I forget the context.
Well, yeah, exactly.
He said the referee is in the pants. Come 90 minutes, he won't have the P left in his whistle.
Gotcha.
Ah.
All right, now we understand. Looks like, again, a red throw for Lansing Common. Let's see. Let's get this ball out, guys.
We always say, if you listen to the coffee firm, you might not be entertained, but you're going to learn something.
I don't even know that, Jeff. Oi. Come on, Ty. 2 minutes left here in extra time. Let that run. Nope, we got it. Will Berry. Better safe than sorry, eh, Josh?
And we got numbers headed back the other way. If Mooney can see it, he
And he
sees
does.
Ty.
Come on, Ty.
Cannot. Ty does catch
Ty's
up to
got
it.
that. Come on, Ty. Dice this guy. Oi. Oh. Come on, get back up. Come on, guys. Come on. Fort Wayne.
14 over here.
Yep. There we go. Come on. There we go. Good job, Avery. Common's got the ball, but midfield.
Great ball.
Plays out here
Over
to Jack Heald. Oh, it's great through ball. Just too much mustard on it, wouldn't you say?
we've been talking about this a little bit this year, is away keepers playing way out of their own box. It has punished a few of them, but 1927's keeper has been.
That's 14.
27 here coming in for Fort Wayne. Oh, at the death, guys. Son of a bitch. Hate to see it. Hate to see it.
In the 95th minute, 1927 with a breakaway goal. Wilbury could do nothing about it, and numbers for Lansing were on the opposite side of the field.
Good ball down the channel, left channel, brings it across. Their forward just ran onto it. Wilbury did what he could, but just couldn't get to it. So that's a dagger. What are we talking about over here? Wait a second.
Number 14 took his shirt off. So
The Ronaldo celebration. Somebody hasn't been watching much Euros, huh?
Well, I was waiting for him to go Sisu.
Number 4 holds up the
Number
4
4,
fingers.
yeah.
It's a good thing he knows his jersey number.
Oh,
and it's a red card.
Second, maybe it's a second yellow.
It does matter, young man. It does matter. A red card will earn you a suspension in the Midwest Premier League of at least 1 game, and a talking to the official might earn you some more. So
we
that is,
found that out.
oh, and he's going to visit the 4th official for some more.
Yeah.
As the staff is now going to escort him to the locker room. He's still giving it to the officials.
Still letting him have it.
He appears to be confused as to which way he should be going.
Well, I think the coaching staff decided it was better to not have him walk past the officials or the bench.
So now he's going to walk past the branch.
In case he wanted to earn a couple more games on that suspension.
Walking past the branch right now is a good idea.
This might be
Mooney stands over this one.
Maybe last chance saloon here for Lansing Common. Avery, David Lee Roth down in the penalty box for Fort Wayne. Get up. Referee says.
Ken, last couple seconds. What are you thinking for extra caffeinated?
It's got to be. To me, it's got to be Wilbury.
I think it's got to be Wilbury. He gave the last goal, but there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, there's a nice dice from Jack Heel down the line.
Another uncalled handball there. Looked like to me.
BB11 with the assist, bringing up the interview kit.
Good job, BB.
Kevin Payne now standing over this one. Back into the box.
Get in the box, guys.
And Ben Derby.
Off the post, Ben Derby. Oy, my mama.
That's a corner.
Is he calling off the post? No,
being given.
Calling corner. Come on, we're bringing Wilbury up. Bringing everybody
we're
up.
pulling the keeper. We're getting the extra attacker on the ice.
All right. The wings are pulling Shovel Day, and here comes Wilbury.
Munir Shirali going to take this one for Lansing Common.
All right, looks like we're putting Wilbury right on Goldfinger.
It would be poetic justice if he just buries this one.
Here we go. A low ball.
Poorly
might get a
taken
second
by
chance
Mooney.
at it. Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. Here we go. Pump it
Wonderful
back in there,
touch
guys.
by Ty Uziak. Mooney
Pump it
over
in
it
there,
again.
Mooney.
Guys back on side.
Second ball.
A little bit too tall. Jack Heald.
Have it,
Finds
Avery.
Avery.
That
just
might be it. That's bad
water.
luck. That's bad luck. Well, that's going to do it.
So,
so
another
close.
one at Lansing Eastern Stadium. Another loss, unfortunately, for Lansing Common to 1927 SC. Thank you so much to the guys for the coffee firm for joining us. We will be right back here Thursday evening for a friendly against Troy. And then our home closer 1 week from today, Sunday, 4 p.m. Also Lansing Facts Night. Don't miss it if you are within driving distance. Until then, see you next time.
See ya.